Hi everybody, it's Julia, your trusted travel expert, helping you find that je ne sais quoi wherever you are in the world. And this week I sort of have a tale of two cancellations that I wanted to talk to you about. Because when you book a trip, you never book it thinking like, well, I might not go on this. I might have to cancel a little bit later on. You always assume you're gonna go. I mean, otherwise, why would you be putting down the money? But sometimes things happen. And I have two different examples of completely understandable reasons why you would need to cancel, and then two different outcomes of these two cancellations, sort of, but just bear with me. So, scenario one, couple wants to get away for their 10th anniversary, go to a romantic island resort. It's, about a $3,000 investment. They're sort of week away, and they booked it quite a while back, several months ago. And since then, they have had other things come up. They have a family wedding, and coming up to it, it's only just over a month away. They realize they just have way too much going on in their lives. They can't afford to be away from the kids, away from their house, away from their daily lives for those 4 or 5 days like they had hoped. And we tried. We looked at switching them to a resort where their kids could come so they can make it a little family vacation, but they just decided it was too much. So that's scenario number one. Scenario number two is a set of grandparents were taking their eldest grandchild on his first trip abroad. And they actually only booked this about a month or 2 ago, 2 months ago maybe, and it's a much more significant investment because they were going to be doing an Adventures by Disney escorted tour through Costa Rica, plus an extra night stay to sort of see one more part of the country, and that was a much more significant investment of about $12,000. So, also, scenario number one, those clients did not elect to purchase third-party insurance. They may have their own through their credit card, but they did not elect to purchase third-party. Scenario two, the grandparents, they purchased travel insurance. So, in scenario one, my clients are incredibly lucky because if they had canceled just even a week later, they would have been out their entire investment, almost $3,000, because the hotel resort that we booked has a very, very strict 31-day non-refundable cancellation policy. Now, we're not talking about your neighborhood Hilton or Hyatt that usually you can cancel a day or two before you arrive. This is unusual and a very strict policy, but because they just happened to get this realization that they were not going to be able to go on this vacation a month and a couple weeks ahead of time, they were able to cancel without any fees, and luckily they didn't have to worry about losing their money. But that's not always the case. For example, the other folks who booked much later but canceled almost immediately, they did purchase insurance, and unfortunately the grandfather had a bad accident. He fell off a ladder, broke a couple bones, and even though the trip was not for several months, the doctors just really don't even want to risk it. Even if he may be healed, the doctors don't want him to go. So he has a doctor's note, and so even though Disney only is going to refund $2,500 of their $10,000 investment or so, $12,000 investment, they will get that other $7,500 back through their claim through travel insurance, because a freak accident is completely usually a covered issue, and so they will get their investment back. They will not lose out on any money, even though Disney has very strict cancellation policy. So that is just a plug, just a reminder that you never think you're going to have to cancel, and whether life just gets in the way or crazy freak things happen, there are reasons you have to cancel, and you have to be really, really aware of cancellation policies and the importance of travel insurance when you're booking a trip. So that's it for this week. I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.